save.
They're staged by the historians because what they say is that this is one of the strategy supports for tricking other business competitors. Yeah, right. I believe thinking like this from the beginning of his life. He was a very rude person. Throughout his life, he's described as being harsh, rash, and completely irrational. And that's what soon see. It seems pretty accurate. So the story goes, I'm sure some of you have heard this, but you're gonna have to try and look at this with new eyes now that we know what we know. His mother gives him $100 and he feels to get the Pira Agua, basically a little dope, because I don't think he's done anything bigger than that by himself. And if you type Pira Agua, this is what it looks like, which was considered to be a clumsy sailboat. So at 16, he just takes off, giving people little rides in this thing, and also remember, the $100 is like $2,500, maybe even more. So his mom just bought him a car at 16, and he was illiterate. Is that right? All he had to do was promise that he would clear some acres of farmland or something. Sounds like they just wanted to give him property as well. They paint him as such a skillful and strong man. He could do the big agua only instead. His wing had made a humble living doing the job. Weirdly, Cornelius did special services for the World 1812, so that means he was transporting troops in his lifetime? Was he connected to the state? Well, let's see. They also mention that Cornelius swore all the time, so they portray him as this really just down the street kind of guy that didn't care about anyone about him. He was just going to beat up anyone who got in his way. They didn't really get into many fistfights in an early age. 19, he married Sophia Johnson, 1813. Really, they were born in the exact same location, and she had a huge family because, she was his cousin. And it said that Sophia is to have had a deep connection with Phoebe. Find that all very strange, but let's continue. Okay, so that's his beginning. Now we pick up again, and now, all of a sudden, he is known as, quote, the most reliable boatman in New York City. Well, wait, what? We're gonna need more explanation on that. Nope. They say that now he's all of a sudden building streamers and operating on the look at that, Hudson River. What do we know now with the Dutch origins of the Hudson River? Anyhow, they would transport passengers, cargo, fish, and fruit that he just, was a hard worker. So he would even just put his entire supply on shore all by himself. Now, we get to the steamboats. This could be its own video. Let's cover it in this chapter as it is deeply integrated with the Vanderbilt. They tell us in from history that Robert Fulton created the first steamboat, and that the first steam engine was created by Thomas Newcomen in 1712. Newcomen. Want to
Located
hear
armor.
something interesting? I have a new company coat of arms. You can see all these coat of arms in family crap, all with the same symbols. At first I thought this was just something with like digital stores where they just based old names on coat of arms for whatever reason, and people wanted to look it up and have a cool way to compare something. But no, listen to this. Quote, started as a way to identify claimants. Most were family or clan related, were under the command of a family. So they had their own family crest. And on New Common Street, you can again see all the royal families. I don't trust the story of steam engines. No, not at all. Especially since they have the technology given in mainstream history for over 2,000 years, such as the Heliopile. Yet, they didn't do anything with it until some Americans just gave it a shot in the early 1700s. Right. You don't think the biggest company in the world at the time wasn't going to want to have anything to do with it? You don't think higher elite would want to keep certain technologies from the public? Okay, so let me get this straight. So it's okay for you to believe that UFOs are some secret, but you don't think the governments in the past were keeping certain technology behind the curtain? This is what they don't tell you. Steamboats were not new at this time, but they want to play it as if the steamboats were just some early technology and people just laughed at them because they were these small little things that made all this noise and really just didn't compare when it comes to these large sailboats that
the Forsaken represents a weapon to which the West has no answer. Psycho will show us
the perfect opportunity to present this technology to the public. So the waters and steamboat paths were owned by Thomas Fulton at the time. There was connection with what's known as the Livingston clan, or really just a bunch of legislators. They basically got control of these areas for each other. Supposedly, the Union Line of steamboats were not too happy with this decision. They got it reversed. Which is weird. Supposedly this guy Thomas Gibbons, who did the Union Line from New York to Philly, helped get a law going that would put any officer in state prison for trying to arrest a citizen for steamboating in New Jersey. I have to mention this guy because he basically hires us, and they never really explain how they met or anything. Only that he just started working for Thomas in 1818. So, Cornelius being the pilot of a little steamer called Mouse of the Mountain for $1,000 a year salary, so that's like $25K a year, which seems right, but just weird. I mean, wasn't he the most reliable boatman? So, wasn't he like already famous enough to get like a better position at least? Anyways, the reason that Thomas Gibbons liked Cornelius
Hand
is
it
that
over
he
before
was
they are on me again.
skillful at avoiding the rates. So basically, he got around doing taxes, which we'll see this reference a lot. Basically, he was so skilled at avoiding taxes, Thomas gave him an even bigger boat. He has to get away from inspection. I don't really buy the whole tax avoiding thing because, as we'll see, if he was really a hard-working laborer that made his way into the business world, other tycoons at the time would have seen it and shut down the competition. Even the state would have said something. But for some reason, they just are allowing him to get away with these massive tax breaks. It also kind of debunks his whole being legitimate in his way to riches. Which is strange, because this is one of the main reasons he gets all this wealth. But anyways, while this is all happening, they tell us that he also had time to take over the management of a dilapidated hotel in New Brunswick called Bologna Hall. He dropped off his own passengers from the trip, so that's fishy, but get this. He was Sophie in charge of the place. I guess she fixed it all up and operated the whole thing while birthing 13 children. 13 children? I mean, that's more than a dozen, guys. Just think about that. He was making only $20,000 a year. I tell you this because they have to give you other ventures he was in to explain how he became so successful. Now the story picks up, and it's 1829. Almost a decade passed by. Supposedly, Cornelius had enough money for his job with Thomas and the inn to basically quit the Union line, and he moved his family to New York City. Now, this doesn't really make sense, and I do think the burden of proof is on these people recounting the story to us. Now, out of nowhere, he somehow has the money to build multiple of his own steamboats. There is no explanation for this, but eventually, he had more than 100 boats and became known as the King of Long Island. Well, the explanation is that he was just a hard-working businessman.
There's no way I'm gonna
Like
let
I
you
said,
ruin
that
my
is the
big
mainstream
moment,
narrative.
Requiem.
Why should we just accept blindly what we're told by the media and historians that represent these people?
Cancel from us together. Delivery won't. Walmart Plus.
But not only did he have hundreds of steamboats, he was also creating better service than anyone else at that time, creating larger steamboats, they were more fashionable, and he outdid his competitors. Wait, how? I thought he did school. How was he leading all of the other businesses at the time? We will see throughout the Vanderbilts will do what they can to get rid of their competition, even if that involved lowering their prices. Truth is, this scheme worked. Bandit, there's no way he could afford it by undercutting everyone and innovating new, just more. Sure, any of his boats. They say there's a they says on seems like he's scared. He made a lot of money during the time between 1829 and 1850. He made over $30,000 a year, which equals $1 million a year. Again,
You are the one
this
who
isn't
should
an
fear
accurate
me.
conversion, as he's already became one of the richest New Yorkers. So, it would more accurately be even more money once you consider the circulation. So, he's now one of the wealthiest New Yorker living. That's the first stage of the story. The steamboat famous Staten Island story, as we'll call it. Interestingly, monitoring the lives of rich people was super popular back then,
Requiem.
kind of like today.
Once again, you're
Why we
too
should really
late.
just call them celebrities. One of their supporters in the media, Moses Yale Beach, another figure that history tells us about involving this guy who was the inventor of the Associated Press. Just literally the guy who started news in America. He was also the founder of multiple New York publishers, the first being The Sun. He said that Cornelius had $500,000. And honestly, I'm not going to keep repeating myself when it comes to inflation calculator. I don't trust this at all when we're talking about large amounts of money. But the mainstream says this is $16 million, which makes one in New York. So now, we get to why he's called the Commodore. Well, supposed to be because he was skilled at being taxed. Oh wait, he was just skilled at avoiding taxes if I remember. He was strong. So he commander, or in other words, an officer of Dutch, getting ready to rule. Supposedly, they were rich, but they were living in condition, whatever that means. So they just sat
I
down.
didn't realize he was the creature.
You fucking
Because he, the mother, decided
at
to
our
express
door
their
and
grief.
you,
The story goes, now he's going to go and getting you this
Sam,
old
what are you doing?
ancient,
What I
converted
have to do.
modern buildings. There's a big home and stay within look like. Okay, so their first supposed home, but they just decided to build and construct, and guess what? The architect is, they say, I believe that this was called the ceilings of each we call and the rooms were called, and
I
this
can
is their
hold him
first
back for now, but
architect.
please,
It's the first
to the
building or
town
mansion
square.
that we know of was supposedly built by these Vanderbilts.
What the hell
It
just
had
happened?
a modified Gothic style.
He's the freaking.
We
We need to get to the town square.